We're ready to start?
Let's go. Make no excuses now. I'm talking here and let's go. Your time is running now. I'm talking here and I'm talking here and
Okay. Happy Hanukkah, everyone. Welcome to the December episode of the Chippy Chicks. My name is Stacey Agdern, and I am so proud to be here tonight with Kelly Jamieson, Fortune Whelan, Melanie Ting, and Danica Flynn.
Yeah, there's music going on. I don't know. Just ignore it. Why? I don't know. Anyway.
It's okay. A little extra music never hurt anyone, as they say. So yes, I am very proud to be hosting this month's episode. Again, we have Kelly Jamieson, Melanie Ting, Fortune Whelan, and Danica Flynn, and my name is Stacey Agdern, and we are going to be celebrating a whole bunch of things. But before we get to that, there's a lot of different things that have been happening to all of our teams recently. Some good, some bad. So we will start with Kelly with aside from anything else that you want to mention, the thing that I saw recently that kind of got me excited was the fact that Winnipeg is going to be hosting the Heritage Classic in October.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting, eh?
Yeah. So tell me about that. Like, is this the first time that the Jets have hosted something like this? Like,
they did it in 2016, I think it was. So it's been, well, that's like 10 years ago, right? Because this will be October of 2026. They're hosting it. They're going to play against Montreal Canadiens at the football stadium. October's not a bad time of year. It shouldn't be too cold, I think. Hopefully they'll be able to freeze the ice. I guess they can do that in southern states, so they can do it here. So it'll be cool. They're trying to, well, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens.
It's really exciting. Any other fun thing going on in Winnipeg right now? Or
can I just ask who's the opponent in your
Montreal?
Oh, okay. Who's your like natural opponent, enemy?
We have a few.
Oh.
Edmonton is not liked here, and Minnesota is not liked here.
Yeah. I guess they're the closest.
Yeah, kind of. They play them a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like familiarity breeds that degree of contempt in our sport.
So. Like a playoff series, right? Where you things because you see them so often. Yeah.
7 games home and home, and it's kind of all of a sudden, and everybody is by like game 4, everybody is involved in anything, any shenanigans that happens on and off the ice.
Other than that, things suck here. The Jets have like totally crashed and burned. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't even want to talk about it. Moving on.
So we'll go to Fortune next. Speaking of like construction and excitement, how is the new stadium progress? Like that's my first thought when I think of the Flames these days. Like, how's that going? Like,
I mean, it's going. So they've poured the foundation. Like the trades have been in there. It doesn't look like it's going to be open for this coming season, 2026, but should be ready for October 2027. I was under the impression this was going to be bigger than the last one, because I think it's 19,000 right now, and it sold out 19,006, and it sounds like there's like 18,400 for sporting events, which is weird. Don't you want a bigger arena? I don't know, but they do have 1,000 community seats. A community arena. That's probably going to be like the new corral. Yeah, no. Sounds neat, I guess. I don't know. I'm not that excited about it. I think lots of people are, because a lot of times bands skip the Saddle Dome because they can't get their equipment in because it's like in shape. So I guess that's one good thing.
Yeah, no, it's really cool It's interesting. What are you excited? Is there anything you're excited about in regards to the Flames right now?
With the Flames, I don't know, not really. I haven't been watching yet. I'm trying
Mhm.
to like get excited for hockey. So like the PWHL tour doesn't come here until the new year.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's just all kind of around here for hockey and sports in general, I think.
yeah. No, there's a lot of that going around. Um,
Mhm.
Danica, um, I am really like there's some really good things that I've heard about the Flyers recently, um, that kind of make me happy about the state of humanity, if nothing, if nothing else. Um, Talk to me about um how Flyers fans have publicly reacted to things and have like done some really cool stuff. So
I was actually wondering what you were talking about when you put this on the agenda because I don't know
so
what Flyers fans you're talking about.
there have been there's a former Flyer who has been trotted out randomly by his new team. And one of the things that was discussed is the way that Flyers fans, how do we put this, react to people that they do not like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When,
You'll get booed. We don't care.
yeah,
But if you're talking about the goaltender we used to have that we don't have anymore,
yes.
I feel like I see the more other side of it.
Mm.
Like people would have not cared if he was back on the team here. There's a lot of people here if he was back on the team because they care more about like having a good goalie. So that's why I was like, what are you talking about? Because that's not what I'm
Okay.
hearing.
A lot of
Yeah,
Why are we not saying who this is?
Oh, we can say. I just
Carter.
wasn't like I was introducing it and then like going into it. So it's Carter Hart.
Oh, I don't want
One
to
of
give
the
him
big
any.
rumors that so one of the big rumors that I saw was that they were kind of concerned about they did not they were coward the Vegas Golden Knights were cowards and didn't play Hart in Philly because there were rumors of the Flyers fans being very antagonistic about it, which I think is a great thing and makes me feel better about humanity. So that is what I was talking about. Those
Okay.
those were the rumors that I saw.
I don't think he
Um,
would have gotten booed though. Like I just don't think in Philly he would have. Um that's just my opinion based on the way people are reacting about the radio host that got suspended for the hot mic right now, where
Yeah.
people are like, what's the big deal? Like so that's why I was like, oh, he must be hearing better things than I
yeah, like
am.
um,
There's a lot of drama happening right now with my team too, with with our new Russian player not getting like complaining about not getting enough ice time, and I think there's an attitude problem there too.
mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Is
there's
there
just a lot of
anything?
drama.
Yeah. Is there is there anything you're excited about with the Flyers right now?
I mean, they're not doing terrible, but I'm also like a pessimistic Flyers fan, so I'm like, talk to me in April. Like,
Yeah.
like it's fine. Mel like messaged me and she's like, remind me, did you say that you predicted that the Flyers were going to like reach the playoffs? I was like, no, absolutely not.
Well, that's what I assumed. I thought, there's no way.
Yeah.
But then I thought, well, maybe I should be polite and ask instead of saying, Danica said, no way.
I think I said, prove me wrong.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of drama and excitement and really cool things, Mel,
I love how you
talk to
say,
me about some
save me for
yes.
last, Stacey. You're like, who wants to talk
Okay.
positively about their
So
team? Mel, how about you? Did you like lose the best player on the team recently?
there there I'm not quite sure like one of the things about the Rangers this year is that it's been going up and down. Like the teams have been wildly swinging in like up and down directions, like terrible 5 minutes, and then we win 3 games all of a sudden, and then like we lose the captain, but the rest of the team actually shows up to a game and wins. Like clawing, victory out of the jaws of defeat, which I expected to
But
happen
didn't
yesterday.
you recently get shut out
There's
by the 32nd best team in the league?
there's
Hi.
well, it's literally like, I personally think that the power of the new players on your team powered you past us. Um, Power of Zivoyam, the power of I forget, like Oler, I think his name is, but like the power of like Zivoyam
Ogren,
with
yeah.
like, yes, with like Max Sasson getting a 2-year deal.
Yeah,
Power
that didn't do
definitely
anything with
powered,
Stacey.
like
He's like a fourth
definitely
line
powered you
player.
past us for sure. Um, I mean, like I am personally like in the situation in regards to the Rangers where like, why are we even playing in Florida in January? Like I think the league expected the team to be doing better than we actually are, or it was a showcase for the Panthers to like kick serious butt, on the ice. I have no idea. Um, the drama that we were expecting to happen against the Ducks did not happen because apparently Mika Zibanejad got caught in an accident on the way to the rink. I actually spent a great deal of time explaining to people how wonderful snow removal is in my tiny little hamlet where the practice facility happens to be. So I was kind of surprised. So
At least you have a practice facility.
yeah.
One of the things they were asking Quinn Hughes as soon as he got to Minnesota was, how do you like our state-of-the-art practice facility? Because we understand you don't have one. And I think once Fortune's Arena is built, I think Calgary has a practice facility. So it'll be the only team in the NHL without a practice facility, even though our owners are in the development industry. I mean, the whole thing with Quinn Hughes just outlined how bad things are management-wise with the Canucks. So the Max Sasson contract was a punchline because we've got Jim Rutherford, who I think is director of hockey operations or something, and then Patrick Alvin is our GM. So apparently, like when Bill Guerin phoned to talk about Quinn Hughes, he phoned Patrick and he says, "Oh, I'm not doing that." So Jim Rutherford's on a call. He says, "Well, Patrick was busy, so I thought I'd take this off his plate." And people are like, it's only the most important deal in the history of the Canucks. And
Oh my
the
God.
general manager's not doing it. So
Wow.
they said, I guess he was too busy signing Max Sasson for 2 years at $1 million a year. Yeah, I guess so.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so like the basic idea is that Quinn Hughes like looked ahead and said, well, you've wasted part of my prime, but I'm not going to keep staying here if you guys can't put together a team that can win.
Like,
So
what is happening? Because like Toronto is like struggling. I mean, they have been for a while, but I mean, it's getting to the point where like, what do you do? Blow the whole thing up? And this year, the Jets, I don't know what the problem is. They like, how can you go from being the President's Trophy winner to like last in the league? Like, what's happening there? And then Vancouver, like it's just bizarre.
I think that the main thing seems to be draft picks. Like you think, oh, we're really close, so you trade off your draft picks, and then you're going to have young, fast prospects coming
Yes.
up and pushing. And so you really need speed. So if you take speed off the team, which I think Winnipeg did, I think they lost Appleton and Ehlers. And so then suddenly, I mean, teams blow by you. You're like, you play somebody like the Ducks or San Jose, let's say, and you're like, whoa, and you can't get anything going. So you have to do everything at once. You have to be developing. And even unless you think you're really, really close, you can't get rid of all your prospects. And you can't get rid of your picks either because you need young players. So
Jets definitely did that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought they were close, and I mean
they were close. I mean
they were close.
Yeah. But it's almost like the President's Trophy is like almost a curse, right? Because Stacey, you guys won, and then the Jets won, and then the next year you're like, ah.
Yeah.
Well, it's also how do you develop young players effectively? Do you like, actually let them play in the NHL? Do you keep them in the minors? You know, and if so, if you keep them in the minors, how long do they stay in the AHL? Is keeping them, because when you keep them there too long, it's sometimes not good for them, and it's sometimes not good for the team. Like,
Yeah,
one of
totally.
the things that I like about Mike Sullivan is that he's explaining to the media, because of course, like, the media sees like the players in San Jose, Will Smith, Macklin Celebrini, who played on a line with Gabe Perreault, and the media is like, so where is he? What is he doing? Why is he in Hartford? And so Mike Sullivan gives these really like thoughtful responses, whether it's actually functional or whether it's bullshit, who knows? But at least he's like thinking about development in a way that I have never seen from a Rangers coach. But also, like, when you win the President's Trophy, that means like you've been on full throttle for the entire year, right? Like, your players are probably banged up. And then they go into the playoffs, and sometimes like there's like, I don't know how, I mean, I don't know how teams like, for example, the Panthers do it. No, I will tell, Panthers at Edmonton have done it over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
like, it's literally, they've made it through the year, they've made it through the playoffs, and then they take like a very short period of time off, only to dive back in and get all the way there again.
Oh,
Yeah.
see,
Like,
but
how
you're
do
right. Yeah. The Panthers and Oilers both started off super badly this year, and they're just starting to come on now. So maybe that's
like, and I think about like they're talking in football these days about how the Kansas City Chiefs did make the playoffs for the first time in a couple of years, and like they made it to the Super Bowl 3 years in a row, and then what happens again? It's the same kind of like, you have a team that's used to winning, you have them winning like really like consistently for a long time. They make it all the way to the end of the season, and then the postseason for 3 years in a row with a shortened camp, and then what happens? It's that same thing that's happening to a lot of teams, and it's whether it's like a function of championships, what they talk about dynasties, why it's so difficult to do, and that's why, I think. Do you guys have any like thoughts in terms of?
I do think that this year is kind of a weird year because it's compressed and there's been so many injuries and so many of the teams are so close together. Like I'm thinking, oh, we won 4 games in a row. We must be better. And I'm thinking we've hardly changed position at all. And yet there's just teams that are just above us, like 1 or 2 points that are quite high in their division. So it just seems like it's very, very compressed this year. Other than the Avalanche, I guess, like way above. So
Any thoughts on anything else with our teams that we have missed and not mentioned before we head on to the next?
The one thing
I think
oh,
sorry, go ahead. No, you go. Mine, I was just peanut gallerying.
The one thing that is exciting about the Flyers is Trevor Zegras is very good at the shootout, which we historically have sucked at. So it's amazing to see us like actually win. And people are like, shootouts don't win the playoffs. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, okay, but they're gonna help us get they can help us get there,
Regular
So,
season, like
we've been so bad at them for so long. So seeing someone like be good at them and then like try to help his teammates out to like he worked with Bobby Brink and they were like he like helped Bobby Brink do some like work on like the shootout, and that was like kind of cool to see him talk about that. So I kind of forgot about that until everybody else went.
No, that's awesome. Like
it seems like an easy thing to practice, eh? Like why wouldn't you do that?
I
Like
don't know.
fun.
Flyers
It'd be
have
fun to
always been
practice.
terrible.
Oh my gosh. Fortune, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say it's just a curse. Um, but that being said, like even like you guys were saying how the races are really tight. Like the Flames had the most points of any team ever last year that didn't make the playoffs. Like that
Right.
was even over 100 points. Yeah. But also I do believe that the seating changed for the President's Trophy. So at one point, the if you were one, you played 8, and I think now you don't. So that also, like, it's just harder to become the champion if you win the President's Trophy now.
And if you're in the Central Division.
Yeah.
Killer.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Heated Rivalry.
Yes. Because now that we've talked about like real hockey issues, we are about to talk about some fictional hockey. What I
Which
will
we love,
say,
right? Obviously.
to start us off is I actually got some very happy real life hockey feels. Once from, because I've been reading the books too. I don't know if you guys have as well. Once there was a sequence in Game Changer where I got some very happy hockey feels about a waived player. And in episode 5, I got some very happy hockey feels seeing a New York team actually win something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Well, how does a guy that works at a juice bar get free tickets to the final game of the New York?
What? No, obviously he got them. Like
he sent
those are his
them?
tickets. Yeah.
Scott sent them to
Those
him?
are Scott's tickets.
Because I thought they were
You
still
got them
broken
from
up. Were
Scott?
they not broken up?
Oh, they just didn't say anything about it for the rest of the season because he didn't. They were a secret, so there's no point to having them for the next 2 episodes.
Yeah, they might. My sneaking suspicion is that they're going to address anything, they'll address it like in the next episode, like as part of, because I like.
No, I
they said
didn't read that book. I think is it Game Changer? That's
Yeah,
their book?
it is. It is Game
I
Changer.
didn't read that one, so I don't know. But like, there could have been, yeah, they were like having a sort of a secret relationship.
So
which
yeah,
we
in the
didn't
book,
see in the show.
But I
Yeah.
thought they broke up at the end of the episode, their episode.
I
in
think
It was ambiguous.
I don't know if that was a breakup. Yeah, it was ambiguous.
it was very ambiguous.
I
But
don't
also in the book, like the
Anyway.
timeline is really, really compressed.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
they, what is it? It takes place within a span of like 6 months, for less than that. Like it's a very compressed timeline, and after like the events in the end of the episode happen, kind of sort of like maybe like 3 days later, like they make up and there's a whole like sequence which apparently may have been cut from an episode and might be in, but Scott shows up at Kip's apartment and meets his parents and the whole thing, and then like they admit that they're having a relationship, and then so which is why like Kip's dad, like in the book, which is why Kip's dad was actually also at the game, because
Yeah.
They tell people at the beginning of the episode later that they're spoilers.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, related spoilers for the series.
Plus, he acts sort of like surprised that he gets called to the ice. So I thought,
Well,
he's surprised because they're
like they were.
because
Yeah.
yeah. See, obviously, I need to watch it alongside you guys.
Oh, I just watched it all today. I started
Listen,
at lunch.
I've watched these
and then just
episodes
finished
4
it.
times. Like
What, Kelly? Oh my God!
I have
gotta-
never
sit-
been obsessed with something like I am with this.
Oh,
Like
really?
honest to God.
It was really good. Like I said, I watched it all today, and it was fast. It was snappy. At one point, my daughter went to the bathroom and came back, and she's like, "I was gone for a minute. How there's like 2 years gone."
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I am not
Okay.
like, I'm not obsessed. I gotta say, I liked the Scott episode a lot, but when I read the books, like there's so much inner dialogue, but in the first two episodes, like you can't hear any of the inner dialogue. So it wasn't until the
That's why
last,
those actors are so amazing. They are showing so much with their faces, like without saying a word. There's just so much subtext there. I'm just blown away by it. Like the way, because that is the problem with adapting a romance to the screen. There's a lot of, internal narrative and like getting inside their heads and their thoughts that you can't put on the screen. But these guys have just been amazing, I
I don't
think.
know, Shane's kind of a brick wall. I mean, I totally understand that's his personality, but I don't get a lot of read off him at all.
So he's like on the spectrum, so he's portraying him that way. I think he's doing a really good job. Like that is
No, I
what he's
understand
like.
that's his personality, but I don't think I'm reading a lot of the conflict that I know that he's feeling off him.
Oh,
But yeah.
The one
that
thing,
scene though, like when Rose was talking to him about it, oh my God, I was crying. I just wanted to hug him. Like,
I just thought that was the most awkward scene ever. I thought, how can she go right to that? Like, oh, are you gay? Because all the guys I date are gay. What?
well, I think she was asking him, "Are you gay?" Because he couldn't really.
Yeah, no, I understand I
Yeah, that
understand
was-
why she was saying it. I just thought, how understanding can you be about asking your boyfriend if he's gay? It's just sort of, I guess, like what I really respected about the book originally was how she showed how difficult it was to be gay and to be in the NHL. But so far, like all the reactions have been super positive and nurturing to people. So you would think, yeah, you could come out because people are pretty good about this.
It's interesting because, like, so the waiver feels that I got, that the happy like player waiver feels that I got from Game Changer, that sequence was not duplicated on the screen. And my sneaking suspicion is that the waiver feels were too close to reality to duplicate on screen. And by reality, I mean specifically a story within one particular team, hence the feels that I got. But what I will say is that I liked the first 4 episodes, but episode 5, the back end of it, has been the only one that I have rewatched, and I cannot tell you how many times I have rewatched it. And I think it is because there has been a whole bunch of tension through the first 4 episodes, and then there's that little bit of hope in the back end of episode 5. And that's what I'm chasing. I'm chasing the hope. I'm chasing the build up to the hope
Absolutely.
that happens in that back end. And it's like, it's so beautiful. And it's funny because I also am not very good at appointment television. I am the worst television watcher in history. Like, way too many people have gone to me about various shows, and I've never seen them. This, I have not only watched all of the episodes, I have actually caught up. Like, I watched them, on Friday afternoon. And I will most likely, because of a whole bunch of different reasons, watch the season finale literally at midnight on the 26th.
I will be saying to my family on Christmas night, okay, bye. I'm going to watch my show.
I gotta say, I love the music. The music has
the
been
music's
so good.
phenomenal.
The Canadian indie music is, I've been
Yes.
listening to Wolf Parade all day. It's
Oh, I love Wolf Parade.
Yeah,
that was a scene that absolutely got me obsessed too, and it was partly because of the music, was that club scene at the end of episode 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I've rewatched that so many times, and the emotion that in that, where they're just like the acting again. I'm sorry, I'm just like so blown away by it when they show Ilya at the bar and he looks over and he sees Rose's friend, and then all of a sudden you can just see the moment it clues into him. That's Rose's friend. Shane could be here. And he turns and he's looking, and finds him, and then when they're like looking at each other, and oh my God, it's just so emotional.
Mhm.
I loved it. I loved it.
So, so
I like the telephone scene where he talks in Russian to him.
Oh my
yeah.
God. I think
Yeah.
I like
I was
cried.
crying.
Oh,
No, it was so good. No, and then like I forgot that he was speaking in Russian because I was like reading the subtitles, and then I forgot till like a little bit later. I'm like, oh my God, he has no idea what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That was like a really good, like one of those techniques where you can like where they can talk out loud and
That was like perfect for like inner thoughts, but
Yeah.
not communicating it. I thought, God, that's pretty brilliant. I don't
Yeah.
remember. Was that in the book? I can't remember.
yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It
Was
is.
it?
Mhm.
It absolutely is in the book.
yeah, I loved that stuff. I loved it.
That
I think I cried like the whole back half of that episode.
yeah, that like that's as I said, that is the part that I rewatch from like the injury to the end.
Spoiler alert.
Because I'm like, ah!
Yeah, you better be caught up. Well, that's what
Oh.
why I watched episode 5 last night, even though I overdosed on hockey yesterday. It was like, I have to watch it because we're going to talk about it tomorrow. You know? So,
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
I can't say enough good things about this. Like I read the book like a while back and I liked the book. I have to say the first half of the book, I kind of like I didn't get it at first. Like the first half of the book is all sex, but that's how the relationship developed, right? Like so it's not about like now we're getting to in the show we're getting to the emotional intimacy rather than just physical intimacy. So when I got that, I mean, I loved the book. I ended up loving it, but I was not obsessed with it like I am with this show. I guess they've just put everything together, like the actors, the direction, the writing, the music. Like it's just like phenomenal, I think.
yeah.
Jacob Tierney's done a great job. And I'm
Yes.
really happy for Rachel Reed. And
Yes.
she read out the starting lineup at a PWHL game.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
At the Theater Tour, Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
good for her.
Very cool.
I wasn't going
Yeah.
to watch Heated Rivalry for a while, only because everybody's talking about it, and then they want to talk to, they probably want to talk to me about it sometimes because I'm the only hockey writer they know. And I was just gonna wait a little while, but you guys, so Francois Arnaud, who plays Scott Hunter, I've been in love with him since he was like Cesare Borgia, and I've watched him in all the terrible things that he's been in. So I'm so glad this one was good. Yeah, I'm really happy. Like, and he's one of those guys, like I've been a fan for a long time, so openly bisexual as a male, and I like love like a masculine bi man. And he's always been, so that's something I super appreciated. And then sorry, I just like kipped because he's like the puck bunny dream, and like the hockey player comes in and like picks you up, and then you just like falls madly in love with you the first time you come home, I liked how all the players, like the 3 top ones anyway, were like they were personalities carried through from like hockey all the way out to just like how the relationships are with their families. Even though I really like the dynamic between Ilya and Hollander, because they were going through the same things but in like very different ways. Like one family was like, you guys, this costs a lot of money, like what are we going to be doing, with Shane's family, and on the other side it was like the same pressure but from like a completely different pressure, same pressure point, totally different reasons. I thought they did an amazing job, not an amazing job, but they did a palatable job of showing kind of like that hyper masculine culture, but not like I was watching it and it's like, oh, there's all this love in this hockey thing, and it's all consensual. Like that's what it was saying today. But yeah, I thought I'm glad, like, they didn't show any of I like that Shane wasn't a drinker in this show. Like, there was lots of nuance to it. And I think if you don't watch hockey or you don't read the romance or you don't read romance at all, I think all that nuance would be gone. And I think, like, I'm not obsessed with it yet, but I can be. Like, I just spent my whole day watching it, and I'll likely watch it again. And I'm definitely going to watch the second season. And I've recommended this show to everybody I know
Yeah.
before even seeing
Mhm.
it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud of it.
Yes. One of the
Nothing to do
things
with
I
it.
will say, and I'm actually going to use one of the things I absolutely will say, and I'm actually going to also use this as a segue. So, for I don't necessarily know if we ever talked about this, but I was a huge Metropolitan Riveters fan. I was an absolutely ridiculous fan of that team and
Talk
went
about it.
to um, the Prudential Center to watch games. I was not there when they won the Isabel Cup, but I was there when they celebrated the season after. I saw the I saw like the banner raising. I actually own a tiny little miniature replica of that banner raising. So it gave me a whole ton of like Riveter happy pride to see Harrison Brown in episode 3
Oh,
as
yeah.
one of Shane's teammates.
Yeah.
As one of Ilia's teammates, when they were heading out to the club, the guy who was like on the bed who wanted his steak and got dragged out. It was great. I think that it's an important moment, and I am so very glad that the director, the showrunner, the production staff made sure to give him a part. And I want to see more of him, especially in season 2 for a whole bunch of reasons. But that sort of takes me and us from the NWHL/PHF to the PWHL. As I said, I went to a couple of Riveters games in my day when they were playing. And I see that the Sirens are also now playing at Prudential Center, so it is interesting to see that. Mel, you went to a GoldenEye game. Tell us, can you talk about it and like how that was and like what was the atmosphere like?
I went yesterday. It was a day game, like started at noon. So it was I think a family game. It was amazing. I had a fantastic time. It was a totally different audience than I've been to NHL games, I've been to AHL games, and obviously minor league hockey games when my son used to play. And it was totally different. There was like so many women there. Lots of like same-sex couples and lots of dads with their daughters, lots of families, lots of like just, all kinds of people. And the cheering was like women, and there was so much singing. Like they played like lots of songs, and then they sort of ended abruptly, and everyone just keeps singing. They had contests
Awesome.
at the arena. I mean, I had fantastic seats. I could see right down the tunnel. It was, oh my
Oh,
God, I could
So
see
cool.
like everybody getting ready. I said, these seats are great. So you could see everything. And the people were just so nice. And there's one thing that's sort of interesting with the Canucks is that they've been the only game in town, like they're the top sport on the sports radio. But apparently they've been really responsive. There was complaints about things like not enough washrooms and stuff in the first game. And I think there might have been food issues too. So instead of going in the arena, you go in a gate outside, and then they had all these food trucks. So you could just leave the arena and get food from the food trucks during the intermission times. And the washrooms, they just took the M's and they turned them upside down. The washrooms, they changed the signage so you could use a lot of the washrooms were for women then. So, and the vibe was just so nice, so pleasant. You didn't have to worry about anybody barfing on you or spilling beer on you or anything. Oh yeah, and the other thing, apparently, like I didn't have a beer because it was like noon, but beers are $5. So, which
wow.
yeah, I know. Like how much is
Wow.
beer at a Jets game? I don't know. The Canucks, I think they're like 25 or something. I don't know.
Oh,
They're so
I
expensive.
think 18 at a Jets game. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I was just at a game and bought a beer, but I can't remember. So
And
it's
then
not
they were
cheap.
$7, I'd be like, oh man.
Yeah.
And then they were 9 and then 11. And I was like, and that I haven't been a hockey game since.
No. So yeah, so it was a great time. I would love to go again. It would be perfect to take if you had a daughter or a young girlfriend. Lots of the young girls come in their uniforms too, and they have a big thing. People have lots of signs. I was also amazed at how many people had jerseys already since they just have started. This was just their third or fourth home game, I think. So, but so many people have jerseys, and we were playing the Victoire, so lots of people had their stuff on too. Just like when the Canucks played the Habs, lots of
Right.
Quebec fans
Yeah.
are there. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's so
Awesome.
cool. Like, how was the game? Like, how was watching the game in person? Like, was it a
Well,
faster game? Was it like,
well, it was good. They had a goal disallowed, and we didn't know why because we were all booing the ref.
I love it.
Couldn't hear the reasoning. Everybody's like, putting their thumbs down and yelling. And it was a really lame reason. I found out later. I don't agree with the call at all. So, yeah. But when they score, it's just so nice. So it was too bad that they didn't score more times.
Cool. Like, I
Oh,
used
that
to,
sounds fun.
I loved going, like when I went to Riveters games, like I loved the speed of the game. I loved watching, like there's a difference between watching a game like on television and watching it in person. And like you can absolutely like there's even like there's that difference in like PWHL games versus NHL games in person, like because there's not as much check. Like there's a little bit more checking in the PWHL than there was in the PHF, but like it's still a faster speed game, I think, in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So it was, like,
Yeah,
really
Kelly,
cool
if
watching
you
that
come
sort
to
of thing.
Vancouver, we should go to a game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
if
cool.
you go to Vancouver, I will come too. I'm not
Will
gonna-
you? Because I am. I'm going to try it for February.
Oh, are you? Okay. I'll look this
Yeah.
up.
I'm busy on the 7th, but I can try to make it happen.
Okay.
Oh, the only thing that I find weird is how few games they have. Because
Oh.
Yeah.
they don't have many games. They go on the road and now they're going on another tour where they go to other cities, right? So I don't think they have another home game for like over a month. It's kind of weird. So
I'll look at
Yeah,
the schedule.
the takeover
Yeah.
tour.
Okay.
Because they use the takeover tours as ways to like see where expansion goes, like, and sometimes it's actually because of the attendance, sometimes it's not. There are a bunch of different factors. It's an interesting thing to see. But like when we talked about Rachel Reed reading a lineup, it was a Montreal Toronto game that took place in Nova Scotia as part of the takeover
Yes.
tour.
Yes.
So it was interesting to like see that happening, and maybe we'll get a PWHL team in Nova Scotia, which will be really cool to see.
yeah, it's interesting that they could go to cities that the NHL isn't in and see.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because
And
I
the
think
websites are-
the Vancouver Arena is the only one dedicated. Like it's got their logo in the middle of the ice and everything. So I think most teams have to share with another hockey team. So they've got like posters of all the players on the pillars and everything. So it's really
So cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, so where do we think they should go next? Like, where do you guys think the next city should be?
As a team? Like as an expansion team or just like other? Oh, I don't even know.
I
Team,
don't know.
yeah. Team-wise.
I know it won't be Winnipeg.
Yeah,
I mean,
like they're in Calgary this year, and last year they went to Edmonton. The Edmonton one was sold out, and like people came from all over. I'm interested to see how the Calgary one goes. Like I'm sure it'll be sold out anyway because it's Calgary has a lot of corporate sponsors.
Yeah.
So even if the arena doesn't look full, it'd be a sold out game anyway. So I'd like to see how it actually is.
I would just say, like, if you had a disappointing NHL team, as we do, it's really it provides a nice alternative when you see like a team that cares about its fans and is doing community, like trying to get in there. You think, oh, this is what it's like when your team like cares about the fans.
Mhm.
Plus, they're good because of the expansion rules. The expansion teams have been really good, so that's been nice too, not to be like terrible. Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, I have to,
Be
it's so funny,
careful.
like when it's happened, and again, like I don't necessarily know like how to explain this, but the best thing I can say is that like sometimes watching the Sirens and the Rangers in the same weekend is like ridiculous because it looks like they play the same game at times.
What does that mean?
And by same game, I mean not just like hockey, like as in like like they like their power plays that like there's certain aspects of the game that follow the same path. And it was like, okay. Does that make sense? Like in some weird, strange way? Like
Oh,
I watched
you mean they play the same style? Or do you mean it's just too much hockey?
it feels like I'm watching the same game replay, except with different players playing it sometimes. Whether it's probably either the style or like the path of the game, or it's just an interesting thing that happens every once in a while, and it's not deliberate. I do not, it's not a deliberate thing. It just happens like when you watch like the two sort of local teams like at the same time, like back to back. It's kind of like, where did I, I saw this film before and I didn't like the ending.
No, I
Oh,
think
if
I
they
know what you
both,
mean.
oh, you mean if they both lose? Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
but losing in the same way.
yeah. Yeah, because I went to the PWHL game and then I went out and then I came home and watched a recording of the Canucks game and then watched Heated Rivalry. And I like my mind was like, that's too much hockey.
Oh my gosh. Um, I had this whole like Hanukkah segment planned, but instead I think I'm just gonna like because we're losing kind of time here.
We
So I
are.
think instead what I'm gonna do is so there's an account that shows up on both Instagram and X and all sorts of social media that I go to for information about Jewish hockey players, and it's literally called Jewish ice hockey players. So I asked the guy who runs it um, for like a quote about Jewish hockey players or Hanukkah or something, and he gave me one, and I was all excited. So
Oh,
he said, we're living in a golden era of Jewish hockey, not only in terms of professional players, but there's been a massive rise in the number of religious Shomer Shabbat players. We can see it clearly when a Cancer Society does an annual ice hockey campaign that attracts over 500 adult players from across America, plus 3 other minor hockey tournaments, and over 50% of the players are Shomer Shabbat and Kosher. Next generation of pro-Jewish hockey players will likely include dozens of proud Jews, thanks to events like the JCC Maccabi Games, which last year was actually held in conjunction with the Pittsburgh Penguins in Pittsburgh, which this summer will host 2 separate boys tournaments plus a girls tournament. This is unbelievable. So that's what he said, which is kind of exciting and awesome.
yeah.
And going there, you will see a whole bunch of really cool Hanukkah celebrations, including information from the gentleman who designed the jerseys for both the Florida and the Pittsburgh event. And there was also information about the Columbus Blue Jackets Hanukkah celebration, which apparently was really fantastic. If you look, you'll see the clips there. Just very, very briefly, any Hanukkah related items that you guys have seen your teams do or not,
No.
or what's or specifically, what is the favorite like holiday themed jersey that you guys have seen that your team, or holiday custom that your team does?
No, they didn't do much this year.
No.
The AHL team did post like a happy Hanukkah, but that was just their social media post.
Yeah, that's
They
what the Flyers
featured
did.
Yeah,
Jewish
yeah,
players.
exactly. That's what the Jets did. Yeah.
Yeah, just not nothing exciting.
Actually, it was really, really cool. I think the Flyers partnered with the DC Jewish Museum, no,
Okay.
not the DC, the Jewish Museum that's in Philly, either last year or this year, and they released this gorgeous menorah. And
That might have been last
a whole
year.
bunch of people
Yeah.
were all excited about it.
Yeah, because I didn't see. I scrolled through to like look to see if and I just saw like the Happy Hanukkah post. That's all I saw.
Okay. Yeah.
But maybe they're doing stuff on the down low and not really posting about it, which I think they should.
Yeah. No, it's um yeah, it's very cool. I think, and like who else? The Devils posted something, and I think Utah had like a creation of their menorah um on their social media, which is just really, really interesting. So um are you guys familiar with the teddy bear toss and how that tradition started? And because the Sirens actually had one today, and this was the first time a team that I support had one. So has your team done it? What's
The
the
Jets
story
don't do it.
behind
The
it?
Moose do it. Their AHL team.
AHL does it. Yeah.
AHL.
Yeah, they did it last week. They did the teddy bear toss. Yeah.
Because I think it started in junior hockey, actually. So
Yeah.
that might be why the NHL teams haven't ever done it. Yeah.
That's nice. It's a nice thing.
That's awesome.
Except if your team doesn't score, of course, and everything. They can't throw them.
God, there was a team that recently did it where no one scored, so they did it at the end after the game.
Yeah, I think they do it at the end then. I don't think you want to sit near the glass at those games.
Far away from.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, so I think we are actually at the best dressed time
Okay. Oh,
of
wait.
the night.
It's yelling. Okay. Nobody else is screen sharing, right? It's
Mm-mm.
giving me like a weird. Okay, hopefully I don't mess anything up here.
And then meanwhile,
You're gonna see
okay,
Danica's wedding
okay.
pictures.
Oh no. Okay. So this one is mine, and it's actually not at a game, but I thought it was really nice. So the Flyers do a charity event. It's like a casino night. So that's what this is from. And a lot of people said they looked like Bond villains. And I was like, I thought it looked really great, but they're not dressing like that for their games anymore. So
Yeah.
they can dress well when they want to.
Yeah.
All right, Stacy.
All right. So, in conjunction with the Winter Classic, which I don't know why is happening, for a bunch of different reasons, one of the things that the NHL is actually doing that I love is the space that they're giving designer Kevin Lionel to create jackets and other items in like for the league for the moment. And so on his TikTok, he talks about how he's created two different jackets, one for the Rangers and one for the Panthers, using classic material. And like if you look at the jacket that he's wearing, that's the Rangers jacket. You can kind of see like elements of the Centennial uniform, the little apple, like the coloring on part of the jacket, because the Rangers Winter Classic jerseys actually fit in with the Centennial theme, like everything the Rangers are doing this year. So this, as I said, and he talked about how like the older materials that he was using, like wools and like the fabrics that he's using is more traditional and older, and and that jacket looks really, really cool. So, and he looks so great modeling it. So last year, Keandre Miller modeled the jacket. So this year, I'm not sure who's getting it because unfortunately, Keandre Miller is no longer a Ranger. So we will see who gets the Kevin Lionel jacket to wear this year. But right now, here is Kevin Lionel wearing.
I love it. I love the retro stuff. I'm sorry, mine isn't a best dress, but I just wanted to point out that Nadine Kazri has more than one fluffy jacket like this. So if you like zoom in, you'll see it's like one of those teddy bear jackets. And then I was kind of scrolling through because I was like, I don't know. And then there was another one from the last game, and he has another fuzzy jacket, which is different than this, also gray, but has a hood. I did submit both of them. But I like that. Sorry. I like that he has I love that he has more than one fuzzy jacket and he's choosing to wear them to game days.
Aw.
Love it.
This is Kelly's pick.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's my pick. So I'm going with fictional hockey players this month.
It's a good image.
Very
It
good.
is. And I love these guys. That is okay. Let's go with their hockey names: Shane Hollander and Ilya. Let's try and say it in Russian. Ilya Rozanov. I don't know. Anyway, we talked a lot about it. Enough said. They're beautiful. Okay.
No, can I say one more thing after Mel's guy?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Kiefer Sherwood, and he is the leading scorer on our team. You know, he's my favorite player because he's half Japanese, but also because he plays with so much heart and brings it, hitting, scoring, doing everything. So basically, the Canucks, of course, are going to trade him and break my heart. So
Oh, no.
they're talking to all these different teams about trading him. And so I'm going to use him for my best dressed until he's gone, which could be next month. So,
Oh no.
but he has these amazing pleated pants on that were so great, and is one of the best dressed players on the team.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, there's like there's some guys that are still wearing the exact same things they're wearing before. Probably just for like lack of clothing. Some are getting really sloppy, but like I appreciate the ones that are like, you know, I like the ones that look good, that's all. But
Yeah.
what I wanted to say is Instagram fed me an account that is dedicated to Ilya's gold chain.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll follow that.
Send that to Kelly.
Oh, yeah. Oh my
Yes,
God. I know,
yes.
she's blushing already. Blushing Russians don't blush. It's good.
Well, and then we're talking about this best dress, and then like this is totally reminding me of that scene in episode 5 where Shane walks into the bar at the All-Star game and he's like all dressed nicely, and then he tells Ilya, oh, I maybe shouldn't spoil, but he's like, I hired a stylist. Some guys in the NHL dress really stylishly. He goes, not
He
you.
actually looks. There's a similarity between what he wore walking into the bar and one of Danica's guys. There's like a similarity to it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But why is he embarrassed about the stylist? Because like, look at how nice all their apartments are. Everyone's apartment is like so nice. I think. Well, the stylist was here, definitely.
Before we go into Wildest Thing, Mel, you have something cool happening on January 13th.
Yeah, I have a book coming out.
Yes.
It's Faking It 101. So it's my Monarch College Hockey. It's the second book. It is got fake relationship. It's got enemies to lovers. It's got just one bad. So and he thinks, oh wait, and if you like Shane Hollander, it has a half Japanese hero.
Yay!
So if that's the kind of thing that you like, then you may. Although obviously he's getting with a woman, just so I don't know. It's not MM, it's FM. Yes.
Does it have a pre-order link?
I do. I'll put it in the notes.
Perfect.
Do right after this.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And then after you're done picking up Mel's latest and enjoying it for the awesome excitement that it is, my book, literally the next day, is the release day for the Kosher Conundrum, which is the very last book in my Last Girl Standing series. Last Girl Standing. This is the story of bad mentors, an event planner who asks her best friend to help her save her cousin's wedding. She is, as a result, helping her best friend save his brother's chance to inherit the family business. There is a reference to a wedding with hockey stick chuppah, with a chuppah holder made of hockey sticks. Because of course this is the wedding is to a retired hockey player. So it is, as I said, it comes out on the 14th of January. And it's been a wild ride, and I'm excited that these two books are coming out at the same time. So we get to talk about we should yeah, we'll be talking about a whole bunch of really cool stuff back to back. So I'm excited. I like sharing like release weeks with really cool people. So and now do we have time for wildest thing?
We can
really?
skip
Do it
mine.
quick.
We can skip mine. It wasn't a big deal. So.
I don't have one.
Oh, mine wasn't really wild either. I was just gonna mention it's not wild. It's just cute. Timo Solani's daughter on Instagram has started doing these little videos where she interviews her father. So she's interviewing Timo, talking about they're analyzing the Ducks game and they're talking about sticks, and he teaches her how to play hockey. And it's really, really cute. She speaks Finnish. She speaks Finnish very well.
Oh wow.
And perfect English too.
How old is she?
She's cute, and Timo's cute and kind of grumpy. And
she's like she's an adult, or is she a kid?
I think she's 18.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
His youngest kid and only girl.
How old is he anyway?
Oh, I don't know how old he is. I used to watch him here in Winnipeg when
I
he
know
played.
he used to be on the Young Guns, like when they had other players.
Anyway, it's cute.
The only thing I have, and I don't think you guys talked about it last time, is the Tkachuk brothers have a podcast now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wild thing.
I haven't listened to it, but I've seen some clips. So it's interesting to see their perspective on things. And like Brady retold the story that got out about him pranking Giroux, which was just hilarious, where he cut his sticks and then totally forgot about it, and then Giroux used them in a game and his sticks kept breaking, and he's on the bench like 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 and he's like, but he like fessed up to it, and he's like, but I probably wouldn't have if we lost that game. It was very funny though. But it was interesting because I was hearing all this stuff about the rink is not for the Olympics to the right specifications.
Right.
And the NHL is like, if the ice isn't safe, they're not playing it. And both of them were like, I don't give a fuck if the ice isn't safe. I'm still doing it. I'm still playing the Olympics. So the players don't care. At least they don't.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was interesting to hear their perspective. They're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, they fought the players to get into the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There have been multiple incidents over the years where like certain players are like, I don't really care, I'm going. Like, and who was it? Like a couple of like not the last one, but the Olympics before, where like he went against like, or he was going to, I think it might have been Ovechkin, where he was like, I don't care, I'm going. Like a couple of times.
Find you. I'm pretty sure it was Ovi.
That sounds right.
Oh, sorry. I looked up how old Timo Solani was.
Oh, how old is he?
Guess. I'll give you one guess.
I was trying to do math in my head, but that's impossible.
52.
Close. 55.
Okay, that's what I was going to say.
It just keeps reminding me how old I've become.
Yeah, right.
And it's wild because he was still either in or had just left Winnipeg when I started university, and I went to university with someone from Winnipeg my first year, in the same dorm with someone from Winnipeg who was an obsessive Jets fan, and she constantly talked all the time about how he would go to the supermarket that she either worked in or like was went to also, and like she got to see him a lot. It was hilarious, and I was like, and that was when he just started. So like but like so he was a little older, so I'm like, that makes sense that he's oh God, but now I feel positively ancient. As we close, I want to say a very big thank you to TNT Networks. Aside from their amazing play-by-play broadcasters, This year's Hanukkah decorations on their holiday set had a little bit of had a great improvement. Going from random menorahs, you can kind of sort of see, to like a really cute little Hanukkah corner. So I wanted to thank TNT for that. As my not so wildest but very Hanukkah celebratory thing. So I think we are at time. This has been a fun episode, and I've had a blast recording this month, I should say, not this week.
Yeah. So happy Hanukkah to everybody, and Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
Yes. This has been a great holiday. I too hope everybody had a wonderful holiday and will have a wonderful holiday. January something is the next episode.
Yeah.
Think we
January
haven't done
something.
yet.
January something.
Yeah, January 18th.
Sounds right.
Sounds good.
Sounds okay.
Okay. Watch for it.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm going to play some music.
Maybe.
I'm trying. Or maybe not.
Oh.
Next week this will be better. I mean, next month this will be better. Okay.